morning, students. The last class we have studied the theory of equations. Also we completed exercise 3.1 and 3.2, right? Today we are going to do exercise 3.3, question number 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so let's move on to the exercise 3.3, question number 4. See the question number 4. Determine k and solve the equation 2x cube minus 6x square plus 3x plus k equal to 0 if one of its root is twice the sum of the other two. See the condition one more time. It is given that one of its root. So one root is twice the sum of the other two roots. Suppose if you are taking alpha, beta and gamma be the roots. So one root, that is alpha, is equal to two times sum of the other two, right? So 2 times beta plus gamma. So first we are going to take the 3 roots be alpha, beta and gamma. Let alpha, beta and gamma be the roots of the equation 2x cube minus 6x square plus 3x plus k. So by data, it is given that one of its root is twice the sum of the other two. That means alpha is equal to 2 times beta plus gamma. So if you are taking this 2 to the left hand side, it will become alpha by 2. Alpha by 2 is equal to beta plus gamma. Let it be equation 1. Now, what is S1? S1 means sum of the 3 roots, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma, which is equal to minus b by a. So, b, what is the value of b? That is minus 6. Already we have one minus, so minus of minus 6 divided by a is 2. But from the first equation, see beta plus gamma. Beta plus gamma is alpha by 2. So instead of this beta plus gamma, we can write alpha by 2. So here one alpha. This beta plus gamma can be replaced by alpha by 2, which is equal to minus or minus plus. So minus 6 by 2. Minus or minus plus. If you take LCM is 2. So cross multiply 2 alpha plus 1 alpha is 3 alpha, which is equal to 6 by 2. 2 cancel. 3 ones are 3, 2 3s are 6. That means alpha is equal to 2. So we got the term alpha. Alpha as the value 2. Now come to S2. What is S2? S2 means the sum of product of the roots taken 2 at a time. S2 is equal to alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, which is equal to C by A. If we consider the first and last, alpha common. If we take alpha outside, what is remaining? Beta and gamma. So beta plus beta gamma, which is equal to C. The value of C The value of C is A, B, C. C is 3, A is 2, so 3 by 2. C by A, so 3 by 2. Now we are having the value of alpha and B plus gamma. What is alpha value? Alpha is 2. Alpha is 2, so 2 into beta plus gamma. Beta plus gamma is alpha by 2, right? That is alpha by 2 plus beta gamma is equal to 3 by 2. 2 cancel. Again alpha value we know, alpha is 2. Bring this alpha value that side. So beta gamma is equal to 3 by 2 minus alpha. Alpha is 2, right? So we can apply the value of alpha since alpha is equal to 2. So beta gamma is equal to, see, if you take LCM, what will get LCM? LCM is 2. So 2 2s are 4. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. 3 minus 4, 2 2s are 4, so 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. So we are getting beta gamma is equal to minus 1 by 2. So let it be equation 2. But from 1, what is equation 1? Equation 1 is alpha by 2 is equal to beta plus gamma. But we have the value of alpha also. So if we apply alpha value here, alpha by alpha, alpha is 2, so 2 by 2 is 1. So beta plus gamma is equal to 1. From equation 1, beta plus gamma is equal to alpha by 2. We know the value of alpha. Alpha is 2, so 2 by 2. So the value is 1. So beta is equal to here 1. So 1. Bring this gamma that side, 1 minus gamma. If we apply this beta value in equation 2, so equation 2 becomes, beta gamma. Beta is 1 minus gamma into gamma is equal to minus 1 by 2. Simplify this equation. 1 into gamma, gamma minus gamma square is equal to minus 1 by 2. When we cross multiply this 2, it will become 2 gamma minus 2 gamma square, which is equal to minus 1. Now bring these two terms into the right hand side. So this negative sign becomes positive. So 2 gamma square, this plus becomes minus, minus 2 gamma, there we have 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. So now we obtained one quadratic equation in gamma. So if we solve this quadratic equation by using sum and product rule, 2 into minus 1, minus 2. So product is minus 2. Then sum is also minus 2. There is no such numbers, right? Product minus 2, sum minus 2. There is no such number. So we can go for the formula, quadratic equation formula. Here, A value is 2, B value is minus 2, C is equal to minus 1. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So the equation is what? X is equal to, so here gamma is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. If we apply the value of a, b and c, we will get, so gamma is equal to minus b, b is minus 2 plus or minus square root of b square minus 2 the whole square minus 4 into a is 2, into C. C is minus 1 divided by 2 into A. That is equal to minus or minus plus. So 2 plus or minus square root of minus 2 the whole square, that is 4 plus 4. Minus or minus plus 2 4s are 8 divided by 4. It can be written as 2 plus or minus square root of 4 plus 8, that is 12. 12 can be written as 3 into 4. Reason is 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 means 3 into 4 divided by 4, which means 2 plus or minus root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. So we can take 1 2 outside. 2 root 3 by 4. Now see, both the term contains 1 2. So we can take 1 2 outside. If you are taking 1 2 outside, it will become 1 plus or minus root 3 by 4. Cancel 1 2 and 4. So we'll get 1 plus or minus root 3 by 2. That is, gamma is equal to 1 plus or plus root 3. So from this gamma value, we can find the value of beta, right? Reason is, so gamma is equal to 1 plus or minus root 3 by 2. So when gamma is equal to 1 plus root 3 by 2, if we take the first value 1 plus root 3 by 2, what about the beta? Already we got beta. Beta is 1 minus gamma. That is 1 minus, what is gamma value? Gamma value is 1 plus root 3 by 2. If you take the LCM, LCM is 2. When we cross multiply, 2 minus 1 minus root 3, minus of minus. Minus of 1 is 1, minus of root 3 is minus root 3. 2 minus 1, that is 1. So 1 minus root 3 by 2. So if we apply gamma is equal to 1 plus root 3 by 2, the first value of this one, we are getting beta is equal to 1 minus root 3 by 2, that is the second value. Suppose if we apply 1 minus root 3, gamma is equal to 1 minus root 3 by 2, again we will get gamma is equal to, beta is equal to 1 plus root 3 by 2. Let me check the value now again one more time. So when gamma is equal to 1 minus root 3 by 2, beta becomes 1 minus gamma. Gamma is 1 minus root 3 by 2. If you take the LCM, what is LCM? LCM is 2. So cross multiply 2 minus 1 minus 1 minus minus plus root 3. That is 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 plus root 3 by 2. So anyhow, if we apply one value of gamma, see 1 plus root 3 by 2, we are obtaining 1 minus root 3 by 2. If we apply gamma is equal to 1 minus root 3 by 2, we are getting beta as 1 plus root 3 by 2. So we can choose any one. Either all gamma is equal to 1 plus root 3 by 2, then beta is becoming 1 minus root 3 by 2. Or if we assume gamma is equal to 1 minus root 3 by 2, beta is becoming 1 plus root 3 by 2. So we can take the value beta as 1 plus root 3 by 2. Gamma is equal to 1 minus root 3 by 2. Already we got the value of alpha. Alpha is 2. So we got the 3 roots of the equation. But the question is, find the value of k as well as solve the equation. So we solved the equation. Now we are going to find out the value of k. For that, we can use S3. What is S3? S3 means the product of the 3 roots, alpha into beta into gamma, that is equal to minus d by a. that is equal to minus d value is k, a is 2. Now apply the value of alpha, beta and gamma. What is alpha? Alpha is 2. Beta is 1 plus root 3 by 2 into gamma. Gamma is 1 minus root 3 by 2, which is equal to minus k by 2. 1, 2, 1, 2 getting cancelled. See, it is in the form a plus b into a minus b. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. That is 1 square minus root 3 square divided by 2, which is equal to minus k by 2. This 2 and this 2 getting cancelled. 1 square is 1, root 3 square is 3. So 1 minus 3 is minus 2, which is equal to minus k. So k is equal to 2. Therefore, k is equal to 2. Then alpha is 2. Beta is 1 minus 1 plus root 3 by 2 and gamma is 1 minus root 3 by 2. This is the required answer. Now see the next question. Question number 5. Find all zeros of the polynomial x raised to 6 minus 3x raised to 5 minus 5x raised to 4 plus 22x cube minus 39x square minus 39x plus 135. If it is known that 1 plus 2i and root 3 are two of its zeros. So, two zeros are given. See, the degree of the polynomial, degree is 6. We know very well, every nth degree polynomial has n zeros. So, here degree 6 means this polynomial has 6 zeros, but only 2 of its zeros are given. So, with the help of these 2 zeros, we have to find out the remaining 4 more zeros. Reason is the degree is 6, so it has 6 zeros. So we have to find out all the 6 zeros, but it is given that 2 of its zeros. So we need to find the remaining 4 more zeros. Is it clear? Question clear, no? Okay. So given that 1 plus 2i is one of the zero. Therefore, see, it is in complex number. The 0 is in complex number. We know very well the complex root occur in pair. So complex root is always occur in pair. That means 1 plus 2i is one of the 0 means its conjugate is also a 0. So 1 minus 2i is also a 0 of the polynomial. What's the polynomial? X raised to 6 minus 3x raised to 5 minus 5x raised to 4 plus 22x cube minus 39x square minus 39x plus 135. So, from these 2 zeros, we can create or we can form one quadratic polynomial. Right? The quadratic polynomial format is x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus the product of the zeros, right? So first we are finding the sum of zeros. That is 1 plus 2i plus 1 minus 2i. 1 plus 2i, 1 minus 2i cancel. So 1 plus 1, that is 2. Likewise, we can find the product of zeros. That is 1 plus 2i into 1 minus 2i. It is in the form a plus b into a minus b. So we can write a square minus b square. That is 1 square minus 2i the whole square. That is equal to 1 minus 2 square is 4 into I square. I square is minus 1. So minus or minus plus. So the answer is 5. So from this sum of zeros and product of zeros, we can form one quadratic polynomial. Therefore, the corresponding quadratic polynomial is x square minus sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros means 2x plus the product of zeros. The reason is x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product. This is one set of polynomial, right? Reason is from the first zero we got one polynomial. Similarly, it is given that root 3 is also a zero of the polynomial. Now we are going for the second case. Also given that root 3 is a zero of the polynomial. So root 3 polynomial means its conjugate, that is minus root 3, is also a polynomial. So for these two zeros, again we can create another polynomial, another quadratic polynomial, right? So first we are finding the sum of zeros, that is root 3 plus the second zero is minus root 3. Root 3 minus root 3 is 0. Now product of zeros. Product of zeros is equal to root 3 into minus root 3. That is minus, this minus, root 3 into root 3 is 3. Therefore, the corresponding quadratic polynomial, the corresponding quadratic polynomial is x square minus sum of the zero, that is 0 into x, plus product, that is minus 3, which is equal to 0. So we got two quadratic polynomials, right? So with the help of these two quadratic polynomials, the given 6th degree polynomial can be written as the product of these two polynomial into another quadratic polynomial. See now, the required quadratic polynomial or the given quadratic polynomial can be written as x raised to 6 minus 3x raised to 5 minus 5x raised to 4 plus 22x cube minus 39x square minus 39x plus 135. This given polynomial can be written as the product of two quadratic polynomial which we have find out right now. See, the first one is x square minus 2x plus 5 into the other one, here we have x square minus 0x minus 3. See, when we multiply these two polynomials, x square into x square is x raised to 4 only, right? But here we have x raised to 6. So we have to put one more quadratic polynomial. So we have to take the third quadratic polynomial as x square. See, when we multiply the first three terms, see the first term, here first term, here first term. If we multiply these first terms, x square into x square, x raised to 4, x raised to 4 into x square, x raised to 6. So when we multiply the first terms, we will get the first term. Likewise, if we multiply the last terms, 5 3s are 15, minus 15. Then here we needed to put one number. That number, if you are multiplying with the other two, we needed to get 135. So the only possible number is 9. Reason is, see, 5 3s are 15, 15 9s are 135. We need plus, right? So here see, plus into minus, minus. So here it must be minus, then only minus or minus plus. 5 3s are 15, minus 15, minus 15 into minus 9 is plus 135. The middle number we are taking as px. We don't know the term p. So when we multiply these three factors or these three quadratic polynomial, we will get the given quadratic polynomial. So both are same. Reason is, we have rewritten this 60 degree polynomial as the product of three quadratic polynomials. Suppose if we know the term p, then if we solve this polynomial, we will get the remaining two more zeros. Reason is, already we got 4 zeros, that is 1 plus 2y, 1 minus 2y, then 3 and root 3. So 4 zeros already over. Now from the last factor or this last quadratic polynomial, we will get the other two zeros. So for finding the other two zeros, we need the term p. For finding p, it is very difficult, no? When we are multiplying these three factors and simplify like x raised to 6 term, x raised to 5, x raised to 4, x cube, x square, x and constant, then only we can compare. The other way is easy. When we follow the other way means we are going to equate only the coefficient of x. Equating the coefficient of x. When we equate the coefficient of x, see the left hand side, we have minus 39. The right hand side, when we multiply this constant with this x term with the other two constants, this x term with no need, reason is 0. So this x term with the other two constants, then these two constants with this x, we will get the x term. See, we are multiplying these two constants. So constant into x is x. We need only the x term, no other terms required. So just we are multiplying these two constants and this x term. So 3 9s are 27, minus or minus plus. 27 into minus 2x, that is minus 54x. X no need, reason is we are writing only the coefficient. Next, if we multiply these two constants and this x term, so 5 3s are 15, minus 15 into p, that is minus 15p. Is it clear now? So we are finding only the coefficient of x. So for finding coefficient of x, we are multiplying the constant term with the x, this constant term with this x. Here no x term. Is it clear? Okay. Now minus 15p is equal to minus 39. Bring this 54 this side. It will become plus 54. So 54 minus 39, that is 15. This side we have minus 15p. 15 cancel. That means p is equal to minus 1. Reason is minus p is equal to 1. So we are getting p as minus 1. Now apply this p value here. Therefore x square plus p is minus 1. Minus 1 into x minus 9. This is the third quadratic polynomial. If we solve this quadratic polynomial, we will get the other zeros. Okay? For finding the other zero, see product minus 9, sum 1. There is no such number. So we can use the formula. So we got the third quadratic polynomial as x square minus x minus 9. So what is the value of a? A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 1, c is equal to minus 9. We can't solve this quadratic polynomial by factorization method. Reason is there is no number which gives the product minus 9 and the sum minus 1. There is no such numbers, right? Product minus 9 and the sum minus 1. That is why we are going to use the formula. So x is equal to minus b. B is minus 1 minus b plus or minus square root of b square. That is minus 1 the whole square minus 4 into a into c divided by 2 into a. So 1 plus or minus square root of 1 minus or minus plus 4 9s are 36 by 2. That is 1 plus or minus root of 36 plus 1, that is 37 by 2. So here for this quadratic polynomial we have two zeros, that is 1 plus root 37 by 2, another one 1 minus root 37 by 2. So we got all the 6 zeros, right? Therefore the required zeros are 1 plus or minus 2i, which is given, no, 1 plus 2i given, we find out 1 minus 2i, then plus or minus root 3, plus root 3 is given, we find out the second one minus root 3. Similarly, here we have 2, that is 1 plus or minus root 37 by 2. So here 2, here 2, here 2, total 6. The given polynomial is of degree 6, so we got all the 6 zeros. Is it clear? Okay. Now we can move on to the next question. Question number 6. Question number 6 is solve the equation. Solve the cubic equation. Here there are two parts. The first part is 2x cube minus 9x square plus 10x, which is equal to 3. Another one 8x cube minus 2x square minus 7x plus 3, which is equal to 0. So we can solve these two polynomials by synthetic division method. Already we have studied the synthetic division in class 9. So before that, we can make this into the standard form. We can bring this constant term into the left hand side. So it will become 2x cube minus 9x square plus 10x minus 3 is equal to 0. First we want to write only the coefficients. See, constant term, x square term, s cube term, all the terms are there. Suppose if any term missing means in that particular place we have to put 1 0. But here we have all the terms, constant, x square, x cube. So 2 minus 9, 10 and minus 3. Sum of these coefficients are becoming 0, right? See, 12 minus 12. So sum of these terms are 0 means the coefficient of 0 means x minus 1 is a factor. X minus 1 factor means we can put 1 here, right? 0. Here we have to add 2 ones are 2, remaining is minus 7. 7 ones are minus 7, balance 3. 1, 3 is 3, remainder 0. So we can write here plus 1 means minus, right? So x minus 1 is a factor. Now this is the quotient. So the quotient is equal to constant. See, this is constant x square, x cube. So this is also constant. This is remainder, leave it. So constant x square. So 2x square minus 7x plus 3. Now we got one quadratic polynomial. So we can go for the sum and product rule. 2 3s are 6. Find two numbers whose product is 6 and whose sum is minus 7. That is the only possible numbers, minus 1 and minus 6. If the square term contains one coefficient, means we have to divide the coefficient, right, by 2 by 2. Or we can do the same by factorization. We can factorize this equation. Product is 6, so minus 1 minus 6. See now, that is 2x square. This 7x can be written as minus 1x minus 6x. We are splitting the middle term. Minus 7x as minus 1x minus 6x, then this term plus 3. Here one x common. So what is remaining? 2x minus 1. Here one minus 3 common. If we take minus 3 outside, what is remaining? 2x minus 1. So 2x minus 1, 2x minus 1 common. So 2x minus 1 common means what is remaining? X minus 3. Right? Therefore, the given quadratic equation, see, 2x cube minus 9x square plus 10x minus 3 equal to 0. This cubic equation can be written as the product of these three factors, that is x minus 1 into 2x minus 1 into x minus 3, which is equal to 0. So product of 3 terms 0 means x minus 1 is equal to 0, or second one 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. That is x is equal to 1. Here we will get 2x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 by 2 and x is equal to 3. Therefore, the required solution is x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1 by 2 and 3. See the second polynomial equation, 8x cube minus 2x square minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. Here x minus 1 is not a factor. Reason is, if you are adding all the coefficients, sum of the coefficient is not equal to 0. But the sum of even power coefficient and the sum of odd power coefficient are equal. See, sum of odd power coefficients, which is equal to 8 minus 7, that is equal to 1. Similarly, sum of odd power coefficient, that is equal to odd powers 2 and constant term. So minus 2 and 3, that is 1. So both are same. Both are same means sum of even power coefficient is equal to sum of the odd power coefficient. then we can say x plus 1 is a 0 or x plus 1 is a root. If we go for synthetic division, what are the coefficients? 8, minus 2, minus 7 and 3. If x plus 1 is a root means we have to put 1 minus here, right? So do the synthetic division. 8 into minus 1 is minus 8. So the sum is minus 10. Minus or minus plus, 10 ones are 10. So remaining is plus 3. 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. So remainder is 0. Now this is the remainder. This is the coefficient, the quotient. Quotient is constant x square. So the quotient is equal to 8x square minus 10x plus 3. If you go for factorization, see 8 3s are 24. Tell me two numbers whose product is plus 24 and whose sum is minus 10. The only possible numbers are minus 6 and minus 4. So we can split this middle term with the help of these two numbers. That is 8x square minus 4x minus 6x plus 3. See, this minus 10x, the middle term minus 10x can be split into 2. That is minus 4x minus 6x. If we take one 4x from these two terms, 4x outside, what is remaining? 2x minus 1. Likewise, from these two, if we take one minus 3 outside, it will become 2x minus 1. See, minus 2 into 3, minus 6 into x, plus into minus 3. Minus or minus, plus. 3 ones are 3. Both are same, right? So here, 2x minus 1, 2x minus 1 common. If we take 2x minus 1 outside, what is remaining? 4x minus 3. Therefore, the given equation 8x cube minus 2x square minus 7x plus 3 equal to 0 can be written as the product of three roots. The first root is x plus 1, the second one is 2x minus 1, the third one is 4x minus 3, which is equal to 0. See the first root, already we have find out x plus 1, then here we have 2x minus 1 and 4x minus 3. So the product of these three roots are same, equal to 0 means either the first term 0 or the second term 0 or the third term 0. So x plus 1 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 4x minus 3 is equal to 0. X is equal to 1, x plus 1 equal to 0 means x is equal to minus 1. 2x is equal to 1. 2x equal to 1 means x is equal to 1 by 2. Similarly, 4x is equal to 3. So, x is equal to 3 by 4. Therefore, the required solution is x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to 1 by 2 and x is equal to 3 by 4. Now we have one more sum, that is question number 7. Okay, see the next question. X raised to 4 minus 14x square plus 4x is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation in x square. Reason is, we can rewrite this equation. We can rewrite this equation as x square the whole square minus 14x square plus 45 is equal to 0. X square the whole square, 2 2s are 4. If we take some another variable y as x square, if we take x square as y, it will become y square minus 14y plus 45 is equal to 0. So we got one new quadratic equation in y. Product 45, sum 14. The only possible numbers are minus 9 and minus 5. Minus of minus plus, 9 5s are 45, minus 9 minus 5 is minus 14. So, y minus 9 into y minus 5 is equal to 0. That means y is equal to 9 as well as y is equal to 5. If y is equal to 9 means what is y? Y means x square. That is x square is equal to 9 and x square is equal to 5. X square 9 means x is equal to root of 9. Here x is equal to root of 5. That is x is equal to root of 9 means plus or minus 3. Here root of x means it contains two values, either plus or minus. So plus or minus root 5. So see here two roots. Here also we have two roots. Total 4 roots. Reason is check the degree of the given polynomial equation. That is degree is 4. Degree 4 means this equation contains 4 roots. So we got the 4 roots. Plus or minus 3 and plus or minus 5. Okay. So with this we completed exercise 3.3. Okay. Thank you.